Is it necessary to carry out DNA testing? Allegedly, the late Queen has uncovered that Meghan and Harry's children are not genuine. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Princess Diana News YouTube channel. According to a reliable source, the upcoming book is expected to generate significant controversy or possibly create a major impact. According to an insider, the most captivating book that has recently been penned is undergoing thorough proofreading. This text discusses the intriguing royal scandal surrounding suspicions of Meghan Markle's alleged false pregnancies and the potential involvement of the late Queen in concealing the truth. The source further explained that the royal family faced an inescapable dilemma, with Harry's spouse evidently taking pleasure in creating significant difficulties for them. I felt a sense of pride and privilege when I was approached to review the text prior to its publication. Once I receive permission to provide further details, I will do so. To be honest, I'm really excited to get my hands on this book. In my perspective, it is possible that Meghan aimed to conceal this deceitful undertaking, yet the Queen ultimately uncovered the truth. Is it possible that this is the reason behind Megxit? It is undeniable that this woman is capable of such actions. From the start, I have strongly held the belief that Meghan engaged in numerous actions that justified their expulsion from the United Kingdom. However, if a concealed false pregnancy were to arise, it would undeniably be the final blow for the royal family. I have always questioned the notion that Meghan and Harry voluntarily decided to depart. Instead, I have a strong belief that they were instructed to depart. I eagerly anticipate the revelation of the entire narrative. Harry's unwavering belief that an apology is owed to them could revolve around the entirety of this matter. If that happens to be the case, then it is clear that Harry lacks comprehension. Their guilt lies in the dishonesty they have committed, indicating their wrongdoings. Apologies should come from them. However, what I find perplexing is the reason behind the royal family's failure to address this matter during that period. I believe their departure could have been attributed to that specific reason, which would have been understandable to everyone. If Meghan and Harry had not been dishonest, they may not have faced the consequences and subsequent interviews might have been avoided. If surrogates were indeed employed, it raises the question of whether the children would possess genetic material from both parents or just Harry. Although this wouldn't impact the matter of succession, it could have implications for custody arrangements in the event of divorce. The person who can successfully find and obtain a single strand of hair from either of the hidden children would have the opportunity to earn substantial riches by solving that puzzle. Another issue emerges from the anecdote Harry shares in his book Spare, where he recounts the unfortunate incident of his genitals being frozen. If his condition persisted and prompted him to seek medical attention several weeks later, it is likely that his sperm production was negatively impacted. Logically speaking, this is the reason I doubt the possibility of bringing the invisible children to Britain, as they are aware that the family would have an opportunity. In the event that Meghan had continued deceiving during her Oprah interview, it would have been incumbent upon Meghan and Harry to present the DNA test findings as evidence establishing the authenticity of their children. No, they would not have had the ability to accomplish that. Therefore, in that scenario, they would have faced severe global criticism, and the royal family could have found solace in their decision being morally correct. So, allow me to provide my personal perspective on the situation. Let's consider the situation when Eugenie and Jack had to reschedule their wedding date due to Harry and Meghan's preference to have their wedding before them. Initially, there was an overwhelming sense of optimism and a surge of positive coverage surrounding the announcement of Harry and Meghan's engagement. And it was completely authentic. People were relieved and content as it appeared that Harry had finally discovered the love of his life and could now be together with her indefinitely. Meghan Markle stood out as truly exceptional. She possessed a truly distinctive nature. Shortly thereafter at Eugenie and Jack's wedding, Meghan seized the opportune moment to reveal to the entire family her joyous news of pregnancy. What audacity she has to perform such an act. So tasteless. Naturally, the news eventually found its way into public knowledge. I believe Meghan was undoubtedly present, and initially, the majority of individuals were still backing Harry and Meghan. People were genuinely thrilled for them, particularly upon learning the news of an impending addition to the royal family. However, the situation took an unexpected turn, and I'm certain it caught the royal family off guard. Consequently, they found themselves in a perplexing predicament, unsure of their next course of action. What might have been their possible response? Initially, Meghan hadn't shown any signs of pregnancy, so it's likely they were looking forward to Meghan and Harry's news. However, as time passed and the truth was eventually revealed, they were faced with a dilemma. How were they supposed to rationalize the peculiar occurrences? The unexplained movement, the odd noises, and the mysterious swaying, all seemingly happening by themselves. Due to the public and media's immense enthusiasm surrounding the pregnancy, it was not feasible for them to be the ones to reveal the truth about the entire situation being fraudulent. Consider the consequences of the family publicly disclosing that Meghan was not pregnant and they had enlisted a surrogate. It would undoubtedly result in significant criticism and negative repercussions for them. Using a surrogate is perfectly acceptable, however, the complication of the biological connection would need to be resolved. If the royal family were to publicly reveal their use of a surrogate, it would naturally lead to inquiries regarding the child's position in the line of succession. The royal family could have faced severe accusations of racism, surpassing the backlash received for the inquiry about their skin color. Due to the perception of the children's innocence, Meghan and Harry felt compelled to employ a surrogate, as individuals are attempting to strip them of their rightful inheritance. Given the likelihood of a surrogate being utilized, it seems prudent to withdraw the children from their position in the line of succession. I comprehend the dilemma the royal family potentially faced, being in a difficult and challenging situation. I strongly suspect it was all planned on purpose. They were fully aware of their actions. Throughout the entire duration, they had a constant smirk on their faces. They felt a strong sense of pride after successfully deceiving others. Certainly, considering the possibility of the monarchy's acknowledgement of the truth, I am inclined to believe that they could have successfully withstood the ultimately adverse consequences. However, it is clear that Meghan deliberately showcased her constantly evolving baby bump as a defiant gesture towards the royal family. Throughout the entire experience, she thoroughly enjoyed it. I would have had a different reaction if Harry's wife had been a moral individual with valid reasons to use a surrogate. Absolutely not. If there were valid reasons and a genuine spouse, would readily lend my support. In this particular scenario, I believe the most appropriate course of action would be to remove those children from the line of succession. Due to the perpetual manipulation of their supposed mother, who will tirelessly aim to inflict harm upon the royal family until her demise. What are your thoughts on this matter? Kindly share your perspective in the comments section. Moving forward, we will now delve into an equally captivating aspect, addressing your feedback from the previous video. So, without further ado, let's dive right into it. In today's discussion, we will delve into the video titled "Markle's Antics Will Never Cease." Meghan triumphed in identifying and taking advantage of the weakness in the palace. Before we delve into the details, let me provide a brief summary. I mentioned how Meghan's behavior is perceived as taking advantage of the palace's slow crisis response. Some propose taking proactive measures to address Meghan's actions, such as publishing a report on bullying, disclosing information about Meghan's and her mother's background, and reaffirming the credibility of the line of succession. I argued that offering hush money to Meghan would not effectively address her behavior as it could potentially backfire, fueling beliefs of a potential concealment. There are growing concerns regarding King Charles's capability to effectively manage the crisis provoked by Meghan, with some speculating that she possesses knowledge about his vulnerabilities. Ultimately, Harry is anticipated to suffer from the fallout of Meghan's forthcoming book, speculated to feature damaging accusations against him and other individuals within the royal family. In my opinion, the monarchy could have been in a more favorable position. This discussion is certainly intriguing, and while I'm certain it will continue, we need to conclude it for the time being. Regrettably, our allotted time has come to an end. I am at a loss for words when it comes to expressing my sentiments towards your remarks. They possess exceptional qualities. I thoroughly enjoy reading them, so please continue sharing them with me. Please remember to show your support to Princess Diana News channel by hitting the like button and subscribing. Once again, we extend our gratitude to you for joining us. Farewell, and I look forward to catching up with you in future videos.